Good morning, everyone. Bright and early, but very sunny. Great start to a Tuesday morning. A morning energizer. So, a little bit active, shall we say, just to start the morning. But we will start relatively softly, just to invite some movement into the body, but being an energizer, something that we want to get us kick-started into the rest of the day, it is something that will start to fire up a little. So, where do we start? Right here. Now, if you're okay sitting on the heels, then sit your bum right back into the heels. If not, pop your bolster underneath you or even sit on your blocks. I'm going to start sitting with my toes tucked under. So I want to start to open up the backs of the heels a little bit. I want to start to get a bit of stretch into the calves as well and the Achilles, so that when down dog arrives, it's not too tragic for us all. So start in any seated pose that feels comfortable for you, because what we want to do is invite these openness to also come into the chest, so into what we call cactus arms. So the elbows are in line with the shoulders, and the chest opens, and the hands or the fingers point upwards towards us, and let the chest press forward here. Good cactus arms to open up this chest here. Take a moment to breathe into that front part of the chest now. Good. Take the arms in towards one another and wrap them around each other, so that we invite this openness to the back now. Because before it was to the chest, now it's to the back, those eagle arms. As we stay with it, we consciously separate the shoulder blades, draw them away or apart from center line at the back. Tilt the head to the left for me now as the hands tilt to the right. The arms pull out to the right. Good. As the head comes back to the center, so to the arms, release back to cactus arms. Now right round the left. Elevate those elbows. Widen and broaden the back. Tilt the hands to the left as the head tips right, or tilts right. Good. Release the arms. Bring the hands around behind the back. Come up into a kneeling position for me now. Good. Interlock those fingers. Draw the shoulders back and down. And the chest again opens. Pull the hands away from the bottom now. Get a little more stretch across that chest. Good. Interlock the fingers in front, around the back for me now. Drop the chin towards the chest. Press the arms away. And then breathing. Lift and rise. Arms reach up towards the ceiling with the shoulders, anchor and stay down, just so that we don't create load or tension into the neck. I want to release the arms around. Bring the hands onto the thighs for me. Okay. We're doing a kneeling version in cat-cow, something that we don't tend to do. We always do it onto the floor. But you want to round the back, slide the hands down towards the thighs, and drop the chin towards the chest here. Press your hands into your thighs as you do this one. Good, and then inhale, push your hands into your thighs as you go into that cow version. Chin up, extending the back, and then exhaling, rounding the back. And then inhaling, extending the back. Good, exhale, round. Good, inhale, extend. Chin up, tail up. Nice. This gets two more out. So this is our spinal movement. Inhale. Flexes and extends. bends. One last one. Exhale, cat. Good. Inhale, cow. Neutral. Hands to the floor. Now happy puppy. Look around towards the left hip. Come back to center breathing. Look around to the right hip. Come back, inhale. Breathe out, side bending. Good. Breathe in center, breathe out, side bending. Taking one more left and right. And come back to center, high child's. Bring the hands out in front. And just sort of melt the chest towards your mat now. Yeah, here we get to open up the shoulders a little more. Spread the fingers. Find yourself pressing the mat away from you. And around the outer edge of the armpits down to your mat. So it should help you feel a little bit more alive in those shoulders. It helps to waken up the arms and the upper, definitely that upper half of the body. Walk both hands around to your right. As you do, send that left hip back towards your left heel and get that left hand exactly where it is. Pull the left hand in towards you as you push your right hand away from you. Good. Breathe in, walk back to center. And send these hands around the other way. Off to your left now. So you should feel a much stronger opening through your sides than you did in that little happy puppy number. Right hand walks a little further. Right hand stays where it is. Right hand pulls back away from the right shoulder and the right hip. Reaches back down towards the right heel. Breathe in, walk the hands slowly back into the center for me here. Come and bring the hands directly underneath your shoulders. Take the right hand straight out to the side of you as you drop down. Open the chest as you turn around towards the left side, just to open up the pecs here. So it's as though your right armpit's trying to press down into the floor as you turn away from the floor. You want to feel the almost, tingly perhaps sensation that runs down the arm as you now take a stronger pec stretch. And then what we do, we're just interlocking those hands around behind our back. This one's just a little tougher. Good, breathe in, release. Change the side so your left will go out. Walk it away from you. Get down low. And then you turn away from the floor. Open up towards the ceiling. Breathe in, bring the left hand back in. Hands underneath those shoulders as we prepare to lift up and unravel slowly into half down dog. I call half down dog means the legs are halfway there, not quite straight. Perhaps more like a squatted position where the legs or the thighs, you can see the definite bend in the leg. Take your time to just stretch out the left heel, just the left heel. And then bring the left leg back to full bend, and then the right leg, stretch it out slowly. Good. Right leg comes back in, left leg stretches down slowly. Good, left leg bends, Right leg stretches out slowly. Good. One more on each of the legs, really bent legs to a very slow unfold. Really bent legs to a very slow unfold. As that right leg stays out straight, let the left leg follow it. We now have those two legs a little straighter, and the intensity shouldn't be as strong now as when we first started, because we sort of eased into it, and we certainly sort of flossed out those fibers. Okay. Take the left leg to lead you back behind three-legged down dog. Now, let the left hip point down to the floor, not to the roof. And breathe out from the left knee into your belly, look forward. Step forward to where your hands are, starting off in a low lunge. Press back through your right heel, reach the left knee a little more forward towards the left ankle there. Bum's a little bit lower than the hips, which is lower than that knee. Yeah. Drop the right knee down to the floor, we're going to go into crescent. Press the right shin bone into the mat a little bit more, fingertips on the mat. Pull the right thigh forward. So you're trying to drag that right leg along the mat towards the front edge of your mat. You bring the left hand onto or elbow onto the left leg as the right arm lifts and rises. So into that sort of half, we're going to call it a half crescent in a minute. Let the left arm join it. Now this is what we would call full crescent. Extending back is a little bit stronger. Good. Keep the extension, but bring the hands around behind your back. Now pull them down past that back right thigh. Good. Lower the chest towards the thigh, fingertips towards the floor, walk the foot off the mat. You're going to go into lounge lizard. Okay, this is going to open up your hip for you. This will be the strongest of the hips that we've got. We've got very minimal hippie stuff in today. And let that left foot roll out onto, we call that knife edge of the foot here. If it's there for you and you want to open up the leg a little bit more, then maybe the right knee pulls up off the mat with you. You'll know. It's a little stronger with that straighter back leg. Straighten up the arms. Plant the left foot firmly, then back down to the floor. Open the left arm up towards the ceiling. Let's start to unravel that spine. Good. Breathe out, left hand will go onto the mat. Breathe in, the right arm unfolds. And breathe out, both hands return back onto the floor as that left foot walks its way back in. And drop the right knee and shin. We're going to go to Hanuman. Straighten out that left leg for me here. Heels on, toes are pulled back. Keep the hips nice and square to that front edge of the mat as we fold slowly. The first sort of really individual, intense hamstring stretch. Quite isolated here. Where the right leg's really doing not much at all. Is it down dog? That right leg's still got a little bit of work done to it. When you're ready, fold the chest a little deeper if it feels right. As you draw that left hip back more and more towards the end of your mat. Good, bend into the knee and lift the trunk all the way up. We're going to come into gate pose. This left leg will stay with you. You'll see the back of me, but we'll just spin and pivot on that right leg. It'll mean that we'll get to go to that side bend. So that right arm flows over as the left arm stays there into the inside of the leg. Keep opening or rotating it just around towards the ceiling. Long, long right arm. And breathe in as we lift up. This right hand will go down to the mat as the left arm floats all the way up. It's like a little side kneeling plank here. Let the left leg lift. Try not to load too much into that right hand to still feel light in that right arm. Close the heel into the bottom. Get that left hand around. Squeeze the left heel in. Lift the thigh so it's about the same height as your hip. Release the left leg softly. Right leg floats back up. Bring yourself here to this back end of the mat and resume your down dog. This time the heels will rise and lower a little quicker than the first time. They're warmer. They can do it a little stronger this time around. Yes, it feels better too, doesn't it? They feel a little bit more awake now. Alright, one more on each of those legs, and then slowly those heels will find their way down to the mat. Off with that right leg, lift it. Bring it into your belly, look forward, step forward. There's your low lunge. Let's get into low lunge first and find it, because it's like the start of your crescent. So back with that left heel, reach a little more forward with that right knee and sink into it. Then down goes the knee. Press that left shin into the mat at the same time. And as you stay with it, draw that left hip more and more forward towards the front edge of your mat. Deepen that opening here. As we balance into it, right hand comes to rest onto the right thigh. And up we go. Left arm rises. Reach right through that left hand so that you can feel this whole opening of the front left line of the body. Get that right arm up. If you feel balanced, look up. That start of the extension going back. Around where those hands, keep looking up. Interlock them behind your bottom and slide them down past that thigh. Fingertips back to your mat. And here we do that unfolding of the leg into Hanuman. And again, if your legs are a little stiff, which understandably they would be, find the blocks. As the chest softens down towards that right thigh. Allow the right hip to just gently draw back to the edge of the mat, back edge of that mat. Breathe in, bend back into this knee. Good. As we find, we still lounge, lizard. Off it goes. A little deeper into that hip now. Roll it out on that foot. Get it right off your mat. The more that you get it off the mat, the more that hip will find an opening. This little hip's going to need some blockers. You definitely know the rigidity in the body, don't you, in the morning versus the evening. It's almost like a little bit of seizing up overnight. Makes you realise how important it is to move things, doesn't it? As we inhale, start to straighten up the arms. If the back leg's not straight, you're welcome to straighten it up. The back foot's on towards balls of the feet. As the right foot now goes flat, you're going to open and twist. The left arm can unfold. It doesn't matter which arm you choose, honestly. It's just a matter of being able to get a little bit of a rotation into the spine. We obviously do it in both ways. So the left will go down so that the right can go up. And then both hands will find their way back down towards the floor. Bend that back leg and put it back onto your mat here. Wriggle lounge lizard back in from here. As you come back to anchoring the trunk back up to where it was for the gate where you spun. So this time you're spinning on your left leg. You'll find out, you're on the other side now. Left arm rises and the gate floats down to the right side. Find the chest revolving around towards the ceiling. Long and lengthened with the left arm for me when you're ready. Inhale as we come back up, side plank or kneeling side plank. Up raises the right leg here, bouncing on the left hand, but not loading into the left hand. Ready to find the foot, drawing the heel into the bottom, and then starting to feel a little bit more life in those quads. Release the leg back to the floor with both hands, and let's find down dog again here. Back to your little heel pumps. Oh, and they feel even better again now. Everything's starting to loosen its way back up, is it not? Yeah. Awesome. Let both heels anchor down to the floor. Let's go with the right leg leading. Bring the right knee into your belly and step forward to the front part of your mat. Good. Straighten up this front right leg for me here. Again, pull in those blocks if you need to. So it's what we call pyramid pose. It's that progression on from Hanuman. Good. Pivot and plant the back left foot so it's flat onto the floor. Make sure the shoulders are square the mat so your back is flat here. You can choose to do either one arm to reach out in front, or if you feel like there's power into the leg, remember, don't walk out this right knee, have a softness to it, then add both arms for me. Good, breathe out, bring both hands back to the floor onto your blocks. Walk around to the long left edge of your mat, check in. Inevitably your feet aren't square, and they shouldn't be because of how you've originally positioned them, but bring yourself so that your toes run on the same line here. And drop the hands, soften the head. Then turn the hands away from you. You're going to face the back end of your mat. Walk the hands towards this back edge of your mat, tuck under. Send the sit bones towards the ceiling. Keep those heels anchored in towards the floor. Breathe in, bring the hands back into center. Now walk them further out in front. It's almost like a high child's. Once again, anchoring back into the heels. So press your bum back to the back edge of your mat here. Back longer edge of your mat. Good. Walk the hands back in. Pivot around to the left edge of your mat. The back end of your mat, I should say, with your left foot. Bend into the knees and step your legs back into down dog. Go back, walk the heels. Walk, walk. Awesome. Equal weight of those both of the heels. Inhale, plank here. Draw the belly up and in. Armpits away from the floor, wide across the back. Breathe out, knees onto your mat. Breathe in just your chin, modified crocodile. Rub the arms by the ribs. Exhale, press straight back up. Find plank. Breathe in. And breathe out, knees. Breathe in, chin. Breathe out, press back up. Plank. Breathe in. Knees, breathe out. Chin, breathe in. Breathe out. Down dog. Left leg leads you back behind. Breathe out, bring the knee into the belly, step forward again. So we prepare to go into that low lunge with a straighter leg. The hamstrings need blocks in the morning, mine do. Okay. Back to hips square with the mat. Both hips. You're level with the front edge of the mat, your shoulders too. Sometimes this right shoulder might want to open a little more. Again, you have the opportunity to change it up by using the hands. Plant the back foot though to get a bit more stability, and then plug that left hip into its hip socket. Out goes the right first of all. Follow it with your left. Breathe out, both hands back onto the floor. Pivot on that left foot. Get ready for our forward fold here. Alignment of those little tootsies. Hands come back down to the floor though, this time going into a twist. Breathe in, open the right arm. Breathe out, close down the right arm. Breathe in, open the left arm. And breathe out, close the left arm down. Breathe in, walk around towards your right leg. Hold it, draw in. Breathe out, walk the hands around to the left leg, hold it, and draw in. Breathe in, walk back around to center. Drop the crown of the head towards the floor, let the sit bones lift high again. Interlock the fingers around behind the bottom, flip the arms over the back now. Breathe in, release the hands down to the floor, walk around to the original front part of your mat, right foot pivots, take down dog when you're ready. Blast up the walks. Awesome. Plant them there. One plank. You know the drum. Then the knees. Coordinate with your breath. Breathe in, down. Breathe out, up. Plank, breathe in. Knees, breathe out. Chin, breathe in. Breathe out. Last one. Plank. Knees. Chin. Push out, stay here, back to child's. Wriggle your bottoms back. Sink yourself back into your heels. Bring your palms together, tricep hands over the back leg. And breathe in, release the hands slowly out in front. Slide the hands in, let the trunk gradually come up to left. Stack the spine, sit back into these heels. And bring the hands into the heart center. Start with some breaths here. Feel the belly. Feel the lower ribs. Then fill the entire rib cage. And as we exhale, let the belly draw back in first. Ribs will follow. Breathe into the belly. And then into the ribs. Last breath together. As the head gently bows towards the hands. Together we get to honour our practice. Show gratitude, deep reverence. As we close class together with Namaste. Namaste. Welcome to Tuesday. Hope that invited Tuesday beautifully for you. I mean, it's a smashing day out there today. So what a beautiful way to start the day with some energetic practice. Doesn't matter what time that you do it, but it's always lovely to start the day on a really great note. They can only be framed by how you start your morning. So go and enjoy it. Settle into the day. Come with me to join for meditation at 7 a.m. Only 10 minutes. See you soon.